Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're seeing my face for the first time, my name is Ashley. I'm a YouTuber based in Port Harcourt, Nigeria. And in today's video, I want to talk about the mistakes I have made as a mother. For the last 3 years, there are things that I've done that I wish I can go back in time and change or do better. And I want to share those mistakes with you. I think I have about 6 or 7 to share with you. If it sounds like something you want to listen to and if you would love to share yours with me, please keep on watching and please don't forget to like, share and subscribe. I think it's only fair that I start with the most sensitive one, and that would be not healing completely from grief and trauma before being a mom. Like, we all know that in this part of the world, in Nigeria, people hardly talk about their feelings. They hardly talk about trauma that they've gone through as a child. You hardly see people say that they are going to therapy for grief or over losing someone. We just, cry what we can cry, lay it all to God and try to move on. And I'm not saying laying it to God is not the right thing to do, but we don't put in enough effort to try and get over it. So when I became a mom is when I realized that I'm still in deep with grief. I feel like I probably started grieving the loss of my father after I became a mom, because first of all, the first few weeks or months, I became paranoid. I became paranoid of losing her. I just became paranoid of people dying around me, my mom, my siblings. Like the way I lost my dad at an early age, I started getting scared that she's going to lose one of us, especially myself or her dad. I had like serious traumatic postpartum anxiety, which I've talked about in an old video. So yes, I didn't properly deal with grief that happened years before she was born, but it haunted me after she was born. And when I talk about trauma too, things that I went through as a young girl, things that my sisters, female friends around me have shared that they went through as young girls, everything came rushing in when I became a mom, especially to a girl. Like, I started being paranoid about who wants to abuse her, who wants to molest her. I started seeing everybody, especially of the opposite gender, as a predator, as someone that can hurt her. And that's because I came into motherhood with baggage. So I think that's the first thing I'll say, that I wish I got over. I wish I did something about it. I wish I talked to someone. I wish I let all those emotions and fear and deeply prayed about it before I became a mom. So that's the first mistake I'll talk about, or I would say I've made as a mother. And the second thing is over helping. And the funny thing is, this did not start early. I also have a video from about 2 years ago where I talked about how independent she is, because she was and still is super independent. But when she started school, a few months after she started school, I also got busy with things. And so sometimes in a day or in an entire week, I will only see her maybe from like 5 p.m. till she goes to bed. So I started to feel guilty, right? That I'm not spending enough time with her. So the small time I spend with her or weekends, I started trying to overdo things that I should normally leave her to do by herself. I mean, she's a toddler. There are some things she can handle. Just because of my mom guilt and that, oh, I've missed you so much, I want to spend so much time with you, I want us to do everything together, I started over helping. So her independence started to reduce. So that's something that I've done the last 1 year or 1.5 that I regret. I'm working on it now, but now it's more work because she has now learned to be dependent on me or on people around. So sometimes she doesn't want to put on her own shoe. I mean, after all, if mommy is around, she'll put it on for me. She doesn't want to just things. She doesn't want to carry her toy herself. After all, if mommy is here, mommy wants to carry for her, all those kind of things. So yes, over helping is one of the mistakes that I have made recently as a mom. Another mistake I've made is being too casual with her dad or with fellow adults around me. And let me explain what I mean. So I don't know if it's how I was raised or what, I don't know, but my husband and I don't do the typical, when you wake up in the morning you say good morning, we don't take ourselves seriously. That's one. So he can walk into the room when I'm just waking up, like see me for the first time in the morning, and he's like, what are you thinking about? Why is your face like that? You fight for dream? All those kind of jokes. So Nora has not really grown up around an environment where people say, oh, good morning, oh, good afternoon, oh, all of that. And even my sisters I always have around, they're even worse. We will come out and see ourselves for the first time and say things like yo or hi or you're already eating, all those kind of things. So she doesn't know that when you wake up in the morning, the first thing you say to people is good morning. When people come home, the first thing you say to them is welcome. Like she has even learned that one well, but she has not learned the good morning part. Like she would rather say hi than good morning. Apart from the fact that she's not a morning person, so when she wakes up in the morning, she doesn't even want to talk to anybody. She just wants to sit down and think about her life first. But even at that, I believe that it's because of how casual I am or we are around ourselves as adults, that are around her, has affected, her in the sense that she doesn't know what she's supposed to say when she sees someone first thing in the morning or when someone is walking in and all of that. I mean, she knows bye, but welcome, it took a while for her to learn how to say welcome, but good morning is still a battle. And I'm trying to teach her, but the honest truth that I keep forgetting that I'm trying to teach a toddler how to say good morning. So I sometimes don't even still say the good morning when I'm supposed to. Her dad don't say the good morning when he's supposed to. So that's one mistake I'll say we have all made. This is not just my mistake. I'm not going to take the entire fall for it. So this is one mistake we've made around her. Another thing I'll talk about is being obsessed with milestones. I was obsessed with milestones. I read so much before she was born, after she was born, or what a child is supposed to do at 1 month, what a child is supposed to do at 3 months, what a child is supposed to do at 5 months, 6 months, and so on. So I became obsessed that if she doesn't meet those milestones, I start to panic. And it got worse because at first she was meeting milestones like really early. At 3 months, Nora was sitting, she started to crawl early, she started to smile early, and all those things. So when she now sort of slowed down with meeting milestone, I now became obsessed with, oh, she's not yet walking. Oh, why is she not walking? Hell, I remember when she clocked 1 and she had not yet started walking. I panicked so much, and she didn't even start walking until she was like 15 months. But you see that 3 months from when she clocked 1 to when she started walking, I was crazy obsessed. I read, I prayed, I almost fasted for her to start walking. For her to say her first word and just so many things. Oh, she has not started using potty. She's not eating like I was so crazy with milestones at the initial time of being initial phase of being a mom. So that's a mistake that I made. Like I didn't deserve that kind of stress, and she definitely did not deserve the kind of pressure I put on her to hit her milestone. So another mistake I'll talk about that I've made is forgetting my needs. I still make it, but not as much as I used to. But yes, I used to talk so much about how I'll not let motherhood get me carried away. I'll not stop seeing friends. I'll not stop doing this. And that's how, when I eventually became a mom, I tried to, for the first few months, but after a while, I just, allowed myself, especially when, Omogo was over and my mom left, like I completely dived into it and forgot myself completely. Like sometimes my nail is a mess. Like to go and get pedicure, manicure, it's a struggle even till now. You see me postponing when to do my hair, when to have a long bath so I can do my usual scrub and all of that. Like I still do that, forget my needs. There might be something that I need urgently, but when I get money, I'll rather buy something for her. Just time by myself alone. That is a mistake that I keep making. I mean, I'm getting better, I think. At least this year, I can safely say that this is July, that this year I have managed to put myself first a few times. But yes, last year, 2020, it was crazy. I completely forgot my own needs. I completely forgot how it is to be a wife, or how important my relationship is with her dad. I forgot how important my relationship is with myself, and I just allowed, motherhood to swam me. Like if Nora has eaten, I don't care who else is starving in the house. I don't even care if I am starving in the house. Like it's always what she wants first, and I know that yes, that's what being a parent is, but there must be balance. There's supposed to be balance between you as an individual and you as a mother. So yes, I know I sometimes get carried away in motherhood. Then another thing I would say is over criticizing my body. Oh my god, I don't know when I'm ever going to stop doing that. I mean, this body carried a child, and don't get me wrong, I like the weight gain I got from giving birth to a child, right? But the marks, the mommy pouch, the what's it called, the stretch mark, I keep beating myself up about it. I think the most recent time I complained about it was sometime in May, and the way my husband reacted, you would think that, oh, I mean, the person I'm married to doesn't care. For where I'll still look at myself in the mirror and still be saying, oh, how do I change this? How can I fix this? I mean, some of them I know how to fix them, but anyway, yeah, over criticizing my body is one of the mistakes I make as a mother, that I judge my body, forgetting the miracle that, you know, God used my body to bring to this world. The last mistake I would say that I make, or I used to make, I've really worked on this one. A mistake I used to make is being ashamed of the fact that I became a stay-home mom. Yeah, and I left this one for last because I want to talk about it very well, right? First of all, a lot of people, just like myself, made a decision with their spouse that, okay, when kids start coming, someone has to step back, say, so we made that decision. I decided to stay home. But for some reason, I hated it when I started it. Like, I kept asking myself, why did I do this? I'm not supposed to do this. I'm supposed to be ashamed of myself. And especially when I get questions like, what do you do? And I'm like, am I supposed to say I do nothing? Okay, and I heard that we start using the term stay home mom, stay home mom. So I jumped on the wagon of stay home mom. Please, I do nothing for a living. I don't think there's anything to be ashamed of. I mean, I'm a YouTuber, I sell things, but for months of being a stay home mom, I hated it. I hated it. I never complained about it to my husband, but deep down I hated it and I was ashamed of it. And now when I think of how I made myself feel that time, I get upset at myself that why would I feel that way? I was doing a lot of work. It is not easy to nurture a child. It is not easy. I know how flat out tired I get at the end of the day, especially when she became a toddler and she became very active. She started moving about. I'm always running after her. Okay, the last 2 days was public holiday. The way I have been exhausted for the long weekend that it was, the number of times that I had to go outside, I had to keep her busy, that I had to engage her. I don't know whether there's fire burning inside these children. They don't want to stay one place. They don't want to stay one place. They need to always be doing something, and you have to do it with them. You cannot leave them by themselves. Even when they are playing by themselves, you still have to be somewhere nearby to watch over them, because they don't know what danger is. I mean, Nora would see a car, and if the car looks familiar, she's running towards it, and you expect him to leave her to stay outside and play by herself. You know, that kind of thing. So the mistake I made is to beat myself up for being a stay-home mom. And I was beating myself up for my choice that I made, that is best for my family. Not after she clocked 1, I started scrambling the books to look for what to do. And because of that, I've dived into different businesses that, in all honesty, I'm not passionate about. When what I really enjoy doing is being at home with my child, nurturing my child. I just woke up one day and asked myself, what the hell am I regretting this thing for? Like, it makes absolutely no sense. At some point, I became so obsessed with even getting a shop. My husband was like, if you get a shop, so what's the point of being a stay-home mom now? Will you now lock the shop and go and pick her from school and now stay home? So you open shop only 3-4 hours a day, or you put sales girl in the shop, then you now come and be giving me one problem or the other about how sales girl stole your money, how sales girl did this, how sales girl did that. Do you understand? So guys, these are the few mistakes. I hope I mentioned up to 7, like I said I will. Mistakes I have made as a mother. And if you're watching this video and you have made yours, please share yours with me. I probably missed out on something. Share yours with me. Let's have a conversation in the comment section. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.